I know you're not Ugandan, though we both speak the same colonizer's tongue. You do not speak as we do. Yet your story sounds much like mine.
I live and work in Ireland.
Oh.
Wait for me! Wait!
Did you say you're Ugandan?
Yes! Even unfortunately, please wait!
I have been arrested more times than you'd imagine. Each reason slightly different. And all of them because my words rubbed people with power the wrong way. But let me tell you, it is hardly my fault that when you read the words pair or bottle, you knew that I meant you. That when I said to write me as prose on Akello, you knew to feel shame over the blood you had shed. My people have a saying, if my words hurt, it is because they found you. No. I never imagined in my wildest dreams that I would be in prison for merely writing poems, criticizing the multiple governance failures of what is quickly becoming a dictatorship. Perhaps I was naive, but then I did not expect this full democracy to be so reckless. See, I was hopeful, not deluded. I suppose I did not realize just how much of a farce our full democracy had become, that it would, by my arrest, provide ample evidence of the repression and suppression of dissident voices such as mine. Or rather, I couldn't have imagined the lengths quasi-dictators would go to consecrate even more power, ensuring that no other people express any form of autonomy, that all attempts to negotiate power were stifled. Tell me, really? They were but poems published to my social media pages for all 100 followers, and I'll admit they were rude, delightfully so, for their actions aren't polite. That their repression, no matter how much they may clothe it as otherwise, isn't born from love or care or even empathy. So why then should I, in the one form that is mine, reduce myself to correctness, to the propriety of respect? Why? So they arrested me, and they charged me with one offense or the other. What? Public nudity? Misuse of computers? What? Public disturbance? One more facetious but true charge. And with one or the other, they kept me in prison. And from the moment the soldiers entered my house and took me, I knew that poetry was waiting for me. Tell me, how could I not write? I exist within the community. I eat what they eat. I drink what they drink. I suffer from what they suffer. And those days and nights I spent in the prison, I lived the lives they lived. I saw how much women whose only transgressions were with babies on their backs, hawking while the rich ate, selling their appetites with their prominent raves and hallowed eyes. I sang with them. The lullabies our own children wouldn't hear. We sang them to the babies that were delivered onto the cold, hard floor. And if our leaders, so wise, so consumed with their facetious laws on sodomy, cared as much as they postured to, they would have started in the prisons. For each night I stayed there, my limbs fell into the cracks of the next woman, and hers into the next, and the next. Human centipede arms connected to an ass crack of less than favorable living conditions. I believe that writing is both a privilege and a source of power. And I know that while some of us deliberately choose to use our writing in the service of society, Others choose to benefit from their writing by serving the dominant oppressors. Writing can either challenge or contest against oppressive power, but it can also maintain the status quo and further entrench oppressors. I am not mad that I would tell a lie. So instead of climbing up like they intended me to, allowing my fingers to freeze into themselves, I wrote some